mean, adversity. Like, how do you stay motivated when it comes, you know, when it comes to adversity?
And that's a totally different thing, like, because motivation is a thing in itself, and there's so many different things that motivate you. Yeah. And then, like, you have to know your why and all of that. But like you said, in adversity, like if something happens, you get injured or whatever, like what do you do to stay on the right path and like still do it? Even
how do you deal with it? How do you just like kind of stay positive?
Right. And I know you have gone through like a lot, especially with your knee injuries. Yeah. That's like, I've only had like my little stress fracture in my foot, but I was like, shit, I really realized
adversity. Like, but I think adversity is more of a mindset. Yeah. Because I think for me, like I used to think I'm facing so much adversity, like with my injuries. Yeah, exactly. Like, but then once I kind of shifted it to like, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me, and I'm like, everything that happens in
we say that again, like, it's not happening
it's not happening to me, it's happening for me.
Right,
like,
people have to realize that.
Because you have to realize that everything that happens in your life happens for a reason, and like everything that happens, like everything that comes into your life, you can learn something from it. And it feels like adversity at first, like if you get injured, if you lose your job, if you get, you know, divorced, or like your relationship doesn't work out or something like that, like it feels like adversity, but you have to realize that there's something good coming out of it if you choose to look that way, you know. So I think adversity is like the negative mindset, and so for me it's like I don't face adversity anymore. I just get new opportunities. So even when I'm injured, I think of it more like, okay, this is not adversity. This is opening another door for me somehow. And I might not see it right away because it feels like shit. Because I want to play football and now I can't play football. So it feels like adversity. But then there's something else coming out of it. So like for me, going into my second year of not playing football, it's rough mentally. It feels like adversity, right? It was also in my own hands. Like I realized I kind of need a surgery to play at 100%, but technically I could play without the surgery. But again, the mental space, like I can't play at 80%, I can't play at 90%, I can't play knowing that I could be better. So I had to make the decision, and it was obviously really hard for me to say, okay, I will, like, you know, sit on the bench for another year, you know, like it was obviously hard mentally. But then I just chose, like I just shifted my mindset to, okay, I have an opportunity to do something else. What is that something else? And then I'm looking like, what other things is there that I want to do
in football?
In football or in general in life, but for me it's obviously in football because I live and breathe football. So I was like, I mean, I'm really into coaching, so I'm like, oh, well, what can I do now that I can't play football? I can't do what I like love the most. How can I still like get further in my career? So I'm like, I could start actually coaching, you know. And then I ended up signing with the Vasa Royals and ended up becoming the first woman to coach in the league. So at the end of the day, it is huge. And it's like, especially for me personally, to take that big step of like not just being like the first, but for it to be my first men's team to coach at, because I've coached men but not in a team for a full season and in like a league. So it was like a huge step in my personal career. And so once you then look back, was the surgery adversity? No. It opened a new door. I got an opportunity to coach in the men's league this season, which would have never happened if I would have been playing football. And now I feel like it's gonna open, it already has opened so many more doors for me in the future, because I've already been asking, like, are you coaching next year? Do you want to, you know, are you interested in coaching here? Are you interested in coaching here? Like, you know, like it's opening so many. And then you're doors. Just like shifting your mentality. Literally, you're like, okay, this is not adversity. It's not. I can learn from this. Exactly. Because people are used to like getting stuck into that mentality of like, okay, why is this happening to me? Like, why would this always happen to me? And then blaming, all these, blaming, like having these negative thoughts. And just by shifting your mentality and being like, okay, this has happened. What can I learn from this? And we've talked about it before. Like, if you would be in a car crash, for example. Like, okay, but maybe that had to happen, or your car broke down, or whatever. That had to happen, so you wouldn't be in an accident later on the road, or whatever that would be. And
by just shifting your mentality and your thoughts and being like, okay, what can I see, like, learn from this? It's like the positive aspects from it.
It's really like trusting the process, because it's just, I think it's a fact that there's good in everything that happens in your life, but you only see it if you choose to see it, and if you choose to look for it. It's not like it's just gonna come to you like, oh well, I'm gonna stay positive, okay, it just come to you. No, you have to look for it, but there is something. So like, you just have to believe it. Like, even when you can't see, you just have to believe that there's something. Like, for me, it took like 3 years with my injuries to realize that these injuries are actually also teaching me something. Like, not only is it opening new doors by giving me opportunities to like coach and stuff, but the amount of like mental strength I've got from like having gone through all these injuries and stuff, and like the amount of lessons I've learned.
Like, we're still young.
We're 20.
Like, realizing this now, like, people are in their 30s or 40s and they're
not
like,
knowing,
not understanding. Like, shit, I really need to like look at this in a positive way. Not even like,
and a lot of people never do. Like, in their whole life, they never understand that. But it's literally like, it's easy to say like, oh well, you were just blessed with that opportunity to go coach, and that's how you made your summer better than just sitting on the bench. No, it's literally just me shifting my mindset,
and then that will come to you. Like, if you're thinking that and being like, okay, I can focus on coaching, then like, not that everything will come to you just like that, like,
obviously you have to work for it,
reach out, like, put yourself out there as a coach as well.
So it's not like I don't want people to think like it'll just come to you when it comes. You still have to work for whatever. Like, it's not like I just became a coach all of a sudden, and I just like, you know, like, I was never coaching and all of a sudden I'm coaching in the men's league. Like, no, I put in work for years to get to the point where I'm like ready to coach in the men's league. But then I also got the opportunity to actually take that opportunity and not just like, oh well, I'm ready, but I'm not getting the opportunity. No, I worked for it to be ready for it, and then I worked to get the opportunity, and like, then I was blessed
behind.
Exactly.
Like, really realize that it's not happening to you because you're being punished or anything. Like, it's happening because you have to learn something. Like, with my stress fracture, I had to realize that I really have to rest and like rethink how I'm training. Because I was really overdoing it.
That's also a big part of my journey.
Overdoing it too much. Like, 3 workouts a day, like 7 days a week. Like, I was doing too much, and I was doing it wrong way.
Just destroying your body.
And then getting the injury, and I was like, why would this happen?
Imagine.
Like, it's such
exactly.
Like, it's not ordinary that people get like a stress fracture like, in their foot or something. Like, it's just weird. And I was like, why would I get it? Like, I don't understand. But then I was like, I
and imagine if you didn't get that injury, you would still be destroying your body, and imagine you still keep destroying your body for another 10 years.
I could have.
Then it's too late.
I could have gotten like a worse injury or whatever.
Exactly. Or like, you could have just kept destroying your body for the rest of your life and just like not even get an injury, but you just can't even walk because you're so
like 3 years later. It's like, okay, bye football career, because I can't walk or anything.
Exactly.
So like, it had to happen for me to like take a step back and really.
But that's exactly what I meant with like, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Like, it's not bad things happening to you. Like, why me? It's literally just things happening for you so that you can learn something. So that physical side, that like learning to rest, learning to listen to my body, learning to train a little less, or like work smarter, not harder, that was like a big part of my journey as well. And it still is. Like, I'm still learning. Like, I'm not saying I've mastered it, but I'm still learning. But I've shifted my mindset to finally correcting myself and trying to like realize when I'm thinking like, oh, I really have to push through this. Like, no, you also have to rest and stuff. But it's really just your mindset. And it's easy to think that, you know, like, oh well, it's easier for you because no,
people think that.
We're on the same position. It doesn't matter how much worse your situation is. There's always somebody that has it worse. And there's always somebody that has it worse and still keeps a positive mindset. It's literally just a mindset. And even if you have it worse, you can also make more out of it than somebody with a less big issue.